This is a quick video about what's going on at Hololive, and that's a question, not a statement. Um, when you have uh, when you have talents who join who don't have health problems, mysteriously getting health problems, like I'm gonna bring this up only once, nijisanji, where you had before the whole Slen or Doki Bird incident, where she tried to off herself. There were a lot of talents having health problems, um, going to the hospital a lot, um, and you have one of the talents at Hololive developing, I believe it's called vocalitis. There's nodules. The way she explained it was nodules in her throat, and I'm not going to say the name of the person because I don't want them to get harassed or to lose their job. It is. I'm just going to say it is someone from the EN branch, EN like English branch of Hololive. You have concerts being held at parts of the United States that aren't safe, like LA, which is basically one step above Iraq at this point. Very unsafe for anybody to be there, to be honest. And then you have another talent doing a music video where they are doing dance moves that involves bodily injury. And I am not part of the VTuber industry. Just preface, I'm not part of the company, any company. So all I can say is what it looks like and what I think is going on. That these people have managers, they have choreographers. Someone at some point should have pointed out, it's like, hey, this is not safe. You shouldn't probably shouldn't be putting your arms back that far. You have other things, breach of unprofessionalism, breach of was it conflict of interest, where you have other people as managers doing said music video with other talents in the same corporation. Which if it were me, it's like I'd be worried about the person coming for my job. If you are my manager, you should not be doing music videos with other talents. You should be helping me manage because that's what you're getting paid for, right? Just different oddities like that. But it is a media corporation. It is meant for entertainment. Your entertainment shouldn't come at your production should not come at the discomfort and the bodily injury and harm of the people working there. And I'm going to try to avoid dehumanizing terms like talent or like VTubers. The only time I'll use that is to explain what I'm talking about. But like these are permanent. These can be permanent things. You can tear the rotator cuff in your arm. You can tear different ligaments. Your arms are very important, right? You get tennis elbow all the time. People who are professional tennis players that don't have any other skills are basically out on their ass because they're they got, like I said, tennis elbow. It's I'm not sure the complete definition, but it's something that keeps you from getting complete movement in your arm, right? Like if you look at tennis elbow, it looks like a chicken wing, like an arm is chicken winging, right? That's the best way I can explain it. And what is just other things? And this is coming in a time where there are videos coming out about Hololive people, crashing out, fans not happy. You can see like all of your YouTube, people are making videos like reacting, responding to this person having a problem with Hololive, or it was someone being angry about them for something, right? And it's odd for a company that came up with this is a company that came with Hatsune Miku, right? That is that company, And I did bring up also, I'm going to try to make this quick. I did bring up also a point about one of the other talents being made uncomfortable. Um, when someone, I'm just going to put it this way. When a drone pilot in Afghanistan uses a drone and purposefully kills a civilian, the way they are prosecuted is that the drone isn't in trouble, it's the pilot, right? And the punishment is a varying degree of, how serious, from bodily harm to mutilation to downright murder, right? So if you're going to look at VTubers, right, aside from the AI channels, you have ones that are basically controlled, many ways like a mocap suit nowadays, where it is the person basically controlling every single movement of the VTuber in real time. This is like real time, like instant, pretty much. So you could say that the VTuber is a person, right? So you have, and dealing with that, you are dealing with a personality, right? And the point I'm going to lead up to this is the difference between VTubers and hentai is that pictures of naked cartoon characters are different than having it done to a person, an actual person, right? A VTuber is being controlled by a person, so that's what's going on. If a person's not comfortable wearing a certain kind of clothing, they would say they're awkward, right? If people go to the beach, women go to the beach, men go to the beach, they show a lot. There are people who are comfortable with showing their ass crack at the beach. Each their own. VTubers are the same way. These are people who basically wear their VTuber, and when you have a talent that is operating a VTuber that basically looks like a 12-year-old boy's wet dream of a woman, of a pretty woman, proportions are out of whack. And I'm not, people can say like, oh, he's a feminist. He doesn't like pretty things. I'm a degenerate. People can look at my Twitter profile and see what I like. I don't hide anything I like, actually. Corporations know what I like. The government knows what I like. And I'm honest about that, right? Call me what you will. Bring me proof. Send me any one of my videos on Twitter and on YouTube, and use that as proof to say I'm a feminist. What I don't like is people being forced to do things, right? And these are people who have certain kinds of content, right? And people always say, okay, VTubers are, they dress like prostitutes. Not all of them. These are all people within the EN branch of Hololive. That's as far as I'm getting to this statement. And just because someone will make statements like, "Oh, well, I'm fine with," it's up to the artist doing the other. It's up to the other VTuber doing the music video to pick who they want. Which means my manager. It shouldn't. They're not going to be able to say that, but that's the point I'm making to prove what I'm saying. That there are things that they will touch on, sort of like what people who are investigating hostage footage look at. Like, people will fake being kidnapped all the time. Same thing with poker, right? If the people dealing the cards are trained to look and see if other players are working with each other. Fake folds, fake tells, and stuff like that. Another word is like lying eyes or duper's delight, where a person thinks they've told a convincing lie and they start smiling. Same thing, right? So back to my point, and I'm going to end here. When someone says, let's say like, I take someone who dresses conservatively. I'm not saying Christian or Republican or whatever, just the way they dress. They're laid back. They maybe go out for a couple beers. But other than that, they wear like sweaters and shit. They don't really even curse. Someone you would feel comfortable having your kids watch, right? I would say that. That's something normal. You would have your kids watch that, and then you sit your kid in front of that entertainer or VTuber, and they say, "Daddy or Mommy, what's this?" And they come over, and they see a grown-ass woman looking very fucking uncomfortable with the whole situation, downright humiliated, looking like they have a gun to their head, and without saying the name of the person, it's the 3D birthday of their debut. They sell it's like this. It's like a model being born. That's how they celebrate it, right? Almost like a rite of passage or whatever. And the word the person uses, I don't feel like I feel awkward, or this feels awkward. And the wording is very, very telling as well. So, who I'm going to ping for this, I'm not sure, but I'm going to end the video here, like basically reiterating my question. What the hell is going on with these VTuber industries, with these VTuber companies? What's going on? Because at this point, Japan is dropping the ball. They're allowing these Japanese and Chinese-based corporations to hire foreigners to do acting, right? And before people say, well, they hire children, you fuckers don't let your kids work. If you let your kids work, they won't become VTubers or streamers. They would get actual jobs. That's not about, so before someone uses my words to twist that, fuck off. It is on the Asian countries now at this point, on China and Japan, to handle this. Because, like I said, the one that got vocalitis, or vocal nodules in the throat, they're Italian, right? You have other people who are American. I believe the one that messed up their shoulder doing the dance move, they shouldn't even be allowed to, like, they should have been like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. We need to have you do a different dance move. That person's Australian. The Australian, or I think it's Australian. And I'm just gonna say, BZL. And you just look up Hollow Live English. It's a rat girl VTuber. And she brings up in one of her videos about doing a move, like pointing out exactly where in the video she does that, and actually screaming. There's no oversight in these companies. It's very clear. The CEOs aren't CEOing, and the managers are out to take the jobs away from the actual talent. You have people getting mental and physical problems that can be long lasting. So, and really, what it comes down to is it going to take a body? Because then you'll end up with an international incident. These are people from other countries who still frequently go back and forth to those countries from Japan. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope the video is not too long. Have a good day.